Hello and welcome to my channel. Right as a car passes. Welcome to my channel, Nathalie writes. I was going to say the name of my other channel, that's why I hesitated. I'm going to do a reading for you, a tarot reading, if you are open to it of course. This is not going to be the first video I film for this channel, a tarot reading. The first one that I filmed is going to be up on this Sunday, but as you know we are going to transition into June, and I thought it would be good to do a special reading for that, namely the one from the Forest of Enchantment, my favorite deck so far. I'm sorry to my other decks, but this one is very positive. I don't read the cards upside down, it's just all a natural flow, stuff like that. So I want to do a reading from this deck, and it's going to be the Breadcrumbs and Moonstones reading, in which we create two piles, 3 cards each at the very least. English is going great today. And the left pile is going to signify what we can leave behind here in May, and the right pile is going to be what we're going to be taking to June, what things we are going to keep with us in a hopefully positive way, but we're going to see. If I slight disclaimer, if you think, hey, she looks a little bit tired, that's because I am a little bit tired, but I'm really excited to do this reading for you. So let's get started. As you can see, my hands are not very big, at least compared to the cards, like I can barely hold them. So I have a technique that I use to shuffle them, and I'm just going to share it with you so that you know how I do it. This is how I'm in tune with my cards. I like to do this to keep the energy flowing, to really hustle and bustle them around. May not be the most convenient way of doing it, but it works for my baby hands with these huge cards. My second deck is even bigger, so that's why I do it like this. And then I just let the feeling guide me. Put some stacks, just pick them out randomly. And I make a little pile. And then we're not done. Then I shuffle them at least thrice, like this. And this is what I mean, like I can barely hold them well, but this is how it works for me. Okay, what I'm going to do now is make 3 piles. We're just going to see what can we leave behind in May here in 2023. I would like at least 3 cards. Let's see what we get. Oh, that's a bit too enthusiastic. Okay, this is our first one. Going to put it here. Not really in the way for my baby hands. And don't worry, I'm going to give you a better view once I'm going to tell you about the cards. Okay, we have a couple here. Just going to put them on the pile. I think that's enough for what we have on the left. Now we're going to go to the right. What are we going to use? Maybe we already have it, but what are we going to take into June of 2023? These wanted to be read. It's free, so you basically have enough. But do we have other cards that need to be known for June, for the end of the month? Do you need to be beneath? Sure. Okay, fair enough. I'll take you. Yes. Okay, we we have 5 cards for the left side. I think it's going to be on your right. We're going to see. But this is the left pile, what we're going to leave behind. And we have 6 on our right. So that means that there are 2 cards against one of these. So we're just going to see which one that is. I kind of feel like those match up. We're going to see. Match. I feel like it's the 3 of these. It's interesting. Because these align very strongly. And you do. Okay, so it's not what I expected. This is how we're going to read them. These are going to be last because these we at the bottom. These are first to last, second to last. And these are what we're going to get started with. What we're going to take with, or leave behind rather, sorry, is the forge. And what we're going to take with us into the next month is starlight. After that, we're going to leave behind the 9 of challenges and the enchanter. What we're going to take with are the 3 of bones and the lovers. Then what we're going to leave behind is the 6 of visions versus what we're going to take with us, suspension and the fairy wind. And then finally, what we are going to take with us or leave behind, I keep messing it up, is the 5 of visions. And what we're going to take with us is the 3 of challenges. What you are going to leave behind, we see on the left, is the forge or moderation. You are going to receive plenty in the next coming month. You don't have to worry about that. What we take with us is starlight. With us is starlight in the next month. Everything happens for a reason, and you are headed right where you are meant to be. Time and distance will bring the pattern to light. Breathe in the beauty of this moment. This is your destiny. Then we leave more stuff behind. The 9 of challenges and the enchanter. You might have felt fear, helplessness, feeling unprepared and ill-equipped, which might have led to you having a more observing role than you usually would have had. But you have passed that phase now. It's time to move forward, and we see that on the right with the 3 of bones and the lovers. What's going to happen for you next month is cooperation. Separate parts are going to add up to a greater whole. You're not going to be alone anymore. The lovers are not necessarily a typical loving relationship. I don't mean that you're going to be involved in a romantic relationship. A soulmate can take many forms. This can be a pet, it can be a great friendship, but you're not going to be alone. Then we leave behind the 6 of visions. cynicism and bitterness that might have touched you, we're going to leave it all behind. That's not for May, for June. That was for May, it's not for June. We're not going to take that with us. What we do take is suspension and the fairy wind. It's a time of surrender and higher purpose. Your soul is ready for its next stage of growth. You're going to heed an inner call. This is going to be your ultimate success. Things will definitely pick up speed for you. Your endeavors will flow swiftly towards a positive outcome. Continue forward with increased confidence, because change is coming fast. Then finally, we leave behind the Five of Visions, which is a temporary loss or unhappiness. It was a temporary disappointment, and I really want to enunciate here, temporary. This is not going to last forever. That is part in May. We're going to leave that behind. Because positive options have remained. And we see that in the Three of Challenges. There's going to be drastic action from your end. Your emotions are going to harden, but in a positive way. You're going to protect yourself because you have all that you need to do so. There are one thing to keep in mind is that there are many ways to break your own heart. So to conclude, all in all, we see that we're going to leave behind a stagnant time in which we weren't sure where to go, how to get there, more observing than actually taking action in our life. Maybe things were holding us back, like fear, something that made us temporarily upset. But we're going to see a way out of there, a way forward. We're going to be drastic about it. We've had enough. We're just going to move forward in a way that feels right for us. We're going to heed our inner call. We can all do that. And if you need support, then that's the comments down below. We are going to be there for each other. You're going to have people in your life who are going to support you. But most importantly, don't forget to support yourself. Thank you so much for watching this video. This is the reading of the Breadcrumbs and the Moonstones. I hope it gave you something, maybe a little hope, maybe something that you can take into the next month. If you want a more personalized reading or you want a certain deck to be used, you can always go to my Etsy shop, but please don't feel like you have to. There's going to be a video here on Sunday for a weekly reading for the next Monday, the 5th of June to the Sunday, 11th of June. And from then on, I'm going to do that every week. And from now on, there's going to be a video every month at the last day of the month. Like to see what we can leave behind and what we can take into the next one. If there's a special reading you want, you can always contact me. Have a lovely day, and I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.